difficult to balance
It's a
being
tough balance,
at work
yeah.
and being a mom.
Yeah.
Especially if if there's people that you have that can help you out or not.
Yeah.
Because the people that have it, they can pay for someone to take care of their kids so they can go to Miami for 3 days. That's awesome. Not everybody has that.
Right.
Some people, don't have their partners. Some people,
Yeah.
some people's parents don't live in the same country. So it's difficult when you don't have that network to provide you support. But at least, your coworkers helped you out. Did perhaps you in particular, if you don't mind sharing, had some sort of a network that maybe when you were working, someone would take care of your kid? How did that work?
Yes,
maybe
I did.
in those
when I was home, I grew up in New Jersey. My parents were there. And so when I was working there, I have my support system, obviously home is home. Like
solid.
My parents were taking care of my son, and I was able to work the shifts that were making money, but even then, not so much because she would be like, my mom would be like, you gotta
be home.
You can't be just making money, and I'm like, okay, but I'm the only person, like I have to make money, I have to, it's just, there's so many things, so many factors that go into deciding, okay, should I take the lunch shift or dinner shift? How many of this or how many of that? And then even in at work, definitely people that, like I said, have worked with my schedule with management, or people that have worked for me. If my son is sick or randomly something happens, first of all, something always happens.
Yeah.
When you have a child, it doesn't matter what age, it's just a different thing that happens. Something is always happening. Right. And even as now that my son is older and he's a little more independent, I can
too cool for school.
He's too cool for school, but he's a teenager.
Yeah.
So it's a very difficult kind of phase. And I can show up to work and, everything will be all good. And I can be like, shooting the shit with everybody. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, I just had this awful fight with my son last night.
Man.
XYZ is going on at home.
Yeah. Wow.
It's like you wouldn't have any idea about that, right? So then it's different things each time.
Does your, if I may, this may be a little personal. How does your son feel about what you do? Does he think it's cool?
I think that he thinks it's cool receiving love whenever we go to places.
Okay.
When they show love, and he'll bring, if I have a friend come and, from back in the day that he has always known, and he's very comfortable. They're family at this point. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to go here, but everyone knows my mom and they're probably going to send gifts. And they're probably going to send
Of course. She loves it.
Who don't love that?
Okay, yeah.
She loves
of
it.
course.
Yeah.
You're going to like
and you
that.
You don't say shut up. You go, shut up.
Have you,
You know,
there's a little one. Have you ever used your son as an excuse to get out of work or not work a certain shifts?
Falsified.
Not falsified.
Falsified.
Not falsified.
Because if it's legitimate, that's just you taking care of business.
I couldn't afford to. I'm a one-man show.
Right.
So I couldn't afford to even think that way. I always have to calculate everything as close as possible for it to work out to my best favor, so.
How do you go about celebrating? Because if you know anyone in industry, is holidays don't exist for us. I don't remember the last time, I had a Christmas or New Year's.
Holidays
don't exist.
Holidays or end times.
Yeah.
You never know what time you're getting out, and
Nope.
you usually don't have holidays.
They do not exist. So how do you go about in celebrating those big moments that you want to spend with your son, right? Because obviously you want to spend a Christmas with your son, you want to spend New Year's with your son. Obviously you want to create these memories with his family members so that this person carries this on and values them whenever they go out and enjoy it themselves.
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
Again, when my son was younger, I think is when I had to was really caught up in these schedulings where I had to work holidays and
You were overly aggressive with your managers. Yo, I need that day, and
No, I had to work them. I had to work them usually. Now I have been fortunate enough to have a really solid schedule where I don't have to really sacrifice those things. But it was a really good chunk of maybe 15 years, 12 years, where I did have to do that, you know, like, or it's his birthday and I'm like, okay, I have to plan accordingly. So we'll celebrate on this day. How am I going to explain it to him so that you know that it is important to me, but this is also important. I have to work so that I can make this special for you, or, you know, XYZ. It just, you have to work around it. Like, it's,
Of course. The way I thought
you find a way, yes or yes.
The way that I used to work around it is celebrate before. That's the way.
It almost sounds like you're always in the weeds, bro.
Yeah.
It does. It is. You're always in the weeds. I mean, honestly, like
That's what it sounds like to me.
being a parent, like I was actually just thinking about this the other day and I'm like, okay, when I first started my most recent employment, right? Like where I'm at now, it was so challenging for me in the beginning. And I remember thinking in the beginning, I can't wait till I get to the point where I just do things automatically. I'm like, in 1 year from now, I'm not even going to be thinking about anything. I'm just going to be doing, right? As a parent, that never happens.
Right.
You never get to that point where you're like, oh, I can't wait till I get to this point, because then it doesn't exist.
Right.
And I realized that after 16 years, it will never exist.
Right.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.